Good morning, everybody. I am JP, the outlaw, the voice that makes them moist, and your favorite color commentator, here to give you my preview and predictions for No Mercy this Sunday. But today is September the 21st, 2017, and we're going to kick it off with Neville versus Enzo. Now, you guys already know how I feel about Enzo. You know, I don't think these two guys, Cass and Enzo, should have been broken up from the jump. I also don't think Enzo should have been put in the cruiserweights. You discredit a Cedric Alexander, a Grand Metalik, okay, a Mustafa Ali, Noah M. Dar. You know, these are some big indie guys. You know what I mean? For the indies, anyway. These guys are some big names, noticeable names that went to the WWE, TJP. Okay, these guys can go in the ring if used right. I think the way to rebuild the cruiserweight division is to focus more on the wrestling. And I remember when they were talking about bringing the cruiserweights back. The cruiserweights were supposed to be used to get the crowd hot. Get the crowd hot. A big dive, a big bump. That'll make the cruiserweights a little bit more credible. You know, I heard a while back you could use 205 a different way. Okay, you could bring in a tag team, a light heavyweight tag team championship or a cruiserweight tag team championship, just to add a little bit more intrigue to that division. Now, me personally, WWE has way too many titles already. I wouldn't give them a tag team title unless if I plan on adding at least a few more pieces to that roster. It's a good roster already as far as the cruiserweights are concerned. I don't think Enzo, with all the backstage heat that he's had in the past 2 to 3 months, should be anywhere near the cruiserweight division. Because by default, you make the cruiserweight division look like shit. Excuse my language. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. There's really no hype or build behind this match. This is one of those things that should have been over after SummerSlam. You know, Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt should be fighting or feuding with somebody else, which would have added another match to this card. But, you know, I like Finn Balor. I don't think they've done anything with him since last SummerSlam. And I like Bray Wyatt. They haven't done anything with Bray Wyatt since WrestleMania. And I would even give it before WrestleMania. I would say freaking Survivor Series last year. Because that WrestleMania match with him and Randy Orton was not worth it. At all. At all. And then the following pay-per-view, they had a House of Horrors match. So there you go. That House of Horrors match. If anybody remembers that match, what you take from it is what you take from it. Okay? It was, some people liked it, some people didn't. I was one of those people that was smack bang in the middle. I felt as though, you know, that WWE took the time to try something new. That's a good thing, you know. I feel as though if you wouldn't have had Randy Orton involved in it, if you would have had him go up against somebody else credible or somebody else that can go that limit, you know, I wish they would have played this angle with a Daniel Bryan. You know, imagine Daniel Bryan going to the House of Horrors. Imagine Daniel Bryan's reaction to the House of Horrors. I think it would have been better, man. I think it would have been better. I'm going Finn Balor with this one only because Bray Wyatt, I don't see Bray Wyatt. I don't see them pushing Bray Wyatt right now with all the stuff he got going on. He's going through a messy divorce. He's got an affair going on with JoJo, which is one of the ring announcers. And, I don't see them pushing him yet. Not right now. Not right now. I mean, the stuff with JoJo stopped his push as the WWE champion. Me personally, I wouldn't have took the title off of Bray Wyatt until we got to Money in the Bank, because he just got the title maybe a month prior to Royal blah. He got the title prior to WrestleMania. I think that was like the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, the Elimination Chamber. So I wouldn't have took the title off of Bray. No. But yeah, Finn Balor. I'm going Finn Balor. You got The Miz versus Jason Jordan. Now, given all the hype that they've been giving us for the last couple of weeks, I really like what The Miz is doing. I like his character and the push that they're trying to give his character. Okay, I would like them to highlight the IC title. I like the Miz verbiage when he talks of the IC title. You know, he talks of the IC titles as if though it is the main event title. You get what I'm saying? The World Heavyweight Championship. And that's how a champion should talk. That's how a champion should look. It shouldn't be no goofy shit. It should be suit, tie. You know, I'm coming out and I'm cutting the best promos. Look, just go back in the day. Go back in the day to Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart. These guys would come out and put on fucking classic night after night after night. Now, The Miz, do I think he's capable of that? Deep down, yes. Right now, no. Like, I think one day The Miz will be promoted to that WWE upper echelon, which he should be at. I think The Miz to Raj, okay, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel should be in that mid card. They should be fighting Jason Jordan for the IC title, or Jason Jordan should have earned his way to the IC title, which would have gave more heat to this feud. I think, you know, even with him doing that shit with John Cena and Roman Reigns, yeah, he did it, but he did it he still lost one. But those matches could have been built towards him. Like, man, Jason Jordan is looking phenomenal out there, you know, and build off the matches. Build off the matches. I think if they would have added another week of Jason Jordan going up against the top talents of Raw, I think it would have been better to book Jason Jordan in the IC title shot. Don't get me wrong, Jason Jordan is great in the ring, but I don't, you know, he's missing something. You know, I've said on the JP show plenty of times that, you know, Jason Jordan is too vanilla. You know, I understand like having a little milk in your coffee. That's fine. But Jason Jordan is like Tom Brady of the WWE. Okay? All right? Yeah. That's a hell of a comparison. Oh, you know what? Scratch Tom Brady. Scratch Tom Brady. Wayne Brady of the WWE. You know what I mean? He super vanilla. He reminds me a lot of Kurt Angle when Kurt Angle was starting out against that feud with Taz. But he's like super fucking vanilla. And then also, I got Jason Jordan going over through all of the BS only because I believe the WWE wants that Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan storyline to pay off in some type of way. It wouldn't surprise me that they take the title off The Miz, which is fine. I think The Miz could be used better as a mouthpiece for Raw, you know. And what I mean by that, him fighting anybody and cutting a promo on it is good for Raw. Period. 1 second while I drink my coffee. Now, the Raw Tag Team Championships, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Of course, this is their rematch from SummerSlam. So if I had to predict anybody going over here, it would be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Okay? I like Sheamus and Cesaro. I think they're one of the better tag teams that they got on the WWE roster. Like right now. I do not like what they're doing with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. It feels like they're trying to make them a comedy gimmick, trying to squeeze a little bit of filler in there for these guys. Now, I wouldn't mind, and I've said this before, you know, I would not mind a Shield reunion, because right where you're at now, you can keep building these guys. You can keep the title on the Shield until you get to Survivor Series. And I wouldn't mind Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, okay, fighting the club of Finn Balor, Kyle Anderson, and Doc. Gallows. Okay, I wouldn't mind that. I called him Doc because that's his TNA name. Sorry. He used to be one of the members of the Aces and Eights club. You know, they had a little biker club in TNA. But I wouldn't mind seeing that. This could be the launching point for that. You can have, you know, because I don't know what the hell you do with Roman Reigns after this John Cena stuff, which we'll get into later. But I wouldn't mind seeing these guys at Survivor Series. And then you got at least 5 weeks of build. So you can make something happen in between there where you can have, you know, the club versus the ship. I think that's the best thing Raw could offer as far as tag team division right now. And definitely as far as 6-man matches. That's the best you can offer. I'm going Seth and Dean with this one. I don't see getting back to the script, I don't see a reason for putting the titles back on Sheamus and Cesaro yet. Great tag team. I just think that they're better vying for the title. They're better, you know, doing dastardly things to get over on Dean and Steph. So that's my opinion. We're calling Dean and Seth tag team death. Okay, so we're gonna roll with that. I kind of stole that from freaking Wrestle Talk, but I think it's funny, so we're gonna go ahead and call them death moving forward. Then you got the 5-way women's match. Okay, Becky Lynch, Jesus Christ, Bayley versus Sasha Banks versus Emma versus Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Now, I got a sleeper and I got a prediction in this match. First of all, I want to talk about the build. One, you know, Sasha Banks never got her one-on-one rematch. That's the first thing. Why, for any reason other than Bayley coming back, did you throw Bayley inside of this championship title match? Emma has not had enough build for this title match. So I don't even, if anything, if Emma's in this match for any reason, it's only to take the pin. It's only to take the pin. That leaves you with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Now, Alexa Bliss, current champion, she, at this point, has played her role quite well. Only thing I don't like is these past couple, maybe 2 weeks, where Alexa Bliss has played the middle. And I haven't seen her play the middle since being inducted into the main event roster. Okay? Now, what I mean by play the middle, she's not really a heel and she's not really a face. What I gather from her is that, okay, she's a little bit more timid, being because Nia Jax is involved in this match, and you got the returning Bayley teaming up with Sasha Banks to take her out. But in the same sense, I like the idea of the odds being stacked against an Alexa Bliss, and she somehow sneaks out a win, you know, with a quick roll up or something on an Emma or somebody like that. Now, my dream scenario and my sleeper in this scenario is Nia Jax. Nia Jax has been putting on the best performances she can possibly do for a woman her size. And she's not bad on the mic. She delivers quite well when it comes to in-ring performances. She's always busting out some type of new finishing move. Again, the only default with that is that she's still green. And I think that the WWE would not push her still being that green. But I think that they're missing the ball with having a title on a woman like Nia Jax. I don't see them giving the title to a Nia Jax after Asuka moves up, which they keep throwing video packages out there. So, you know, you could have just made this a 6-pack challenge, to be honest with you. You could have threw Mickie James up in there just for shits and giggles, because your women's division is damn near half of your women's division is in this match. If not all. You're probably like missing one person, and that's Mickie James. So I would have threw her in this match. I'm going Alexa Bliss, and my sleeper is Nia Jax. Moving forward, John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Now, this is one of their biggest hype matches for this card. I don't too much care for it. I think it's too early. You know, No Mercy could have featured a match, at least the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar match is for the title, you know. John Cena